Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. I know either on the eve of a new month or on a new month itself, I normally try and do these videos where I talk about my plans for the future. So I hope people out there enjoy it. And as ever, I hope I don't repeat myself, as I often say. But please leave your comments in the comment section below, any advice or suggestions you want to leave or anything you want to put in the comment section. And I appreciate any support, liking the video and subscribing or anything like that for anyone new who's come across these videos or this video. But yeah, so these are some of my plans for December, and hopefully take it one step at a time. So I hope not to plan too far into the future, but to plan for December and like focus on making changes and things like that. So can't think of much else to say in the intro, but as it's the 30th today as well, I thought I'd do this in a list form, one of my usual 30-point list forms, where I break it up into 3-part videos. So if you'd be so kind, please share the video and like it and help my channel to grow and help me to help myself and others, as I've talked about before. But yeah, so here goes. So number one, I would love to make like a fresh new beginning, fresh new start, like try and put away some of my negative thoughts that I might have thought before or been thinking. Excuse me. And yeah, I normally like to cut my nails and possibly have a shave and cut my hair or whatever and things like that if I can. Change my bedding and things like that, so that it's like a fresh new start, and hopefully a positive beginning, all being well. But yeah, so thinking about things I want to change, like my diet, and as I have been doing a little bit, but hopefully continuing to work on those changes. Again, like people have a New Year's resolution, I suppose I have a new month's resolution as well, for each month. So anyway, yeah, hopefully I'll be as positive as possible and continue to work on what I've been trying to do, or what I normally try and do. But yeah, so also making changes at the same time. Number two, I'd love to keep learning, as I say, and continue to learn from like YouTube videos mainly and things like listening to different ideas and different suggestions. I often think like it's great if people give you suggestions, as long as they don't like tell you what to do. So I think if they give you advice, that's a bit different. It's like this could make things better if you give it a try. But I think it's a bit annoying when people dictate advice, but when they give advice, I think it's pretty cool. And I think it's about deciphering what advice works best for you as well, personally. But yeah, so I hope to continue to keep learning and developing as much as possible, and look at the supporting the projects as I normally do. Excuse me, sorry if my voice is going a bit. Number three, I would love to continue to support parts of Africa as much as possible in terms of things like helping African technology, and things like that, and supporting things like African women in business or Africans in business generally, and empowering the youth and trying to fundraise, raise awareness, and like help African countries to get technology and training and opportunities, and things like that. So I think that would be another good thing to work on. Hopefully have fun, but also achieve some much needed or important work for supporting Africa as much as possible. And on that note, number four, I would love to support Pan-Asianism and Pan-Africanism, and maybe even improve relations between Africa and Asia. I would love for like Central Africa to be a portal or sort of symbolically strategic location where they help to promote Pan-Africanism and bring Africa together. And I think it'd be quite ironic because Central Africa has a lot of problems with like internal fighting between different groups. I think it's Muslims and Christians normally who don't get along, but I think it would be great if they could somehow put their differences aside and work together as Africans. And it would be great irony if Central Africa not only united itself, but also was like a place where they worked on Pan-Africanism and discussed Pan-Africanism and things like that. And maybe the black diaspora around the world, or people who support Africa or want to see Africa do well, could send them donations to help their technology and help to promote African unity as much as possible. And with Central Asia, I would also, with Asia, I'd love also for Central Asia to be a uniting place where all of Asia unites together through like Central Asia, again because it's central, strategically located, and in the future maybe if and when people can travel, or it's safe to travel, or maybe scientists or people who have who are in isolation but can travel in isolation or whatever, could go to Central Asia and Central Africa respectively, from across both continents respectively, to talk about curing illnesses and working together on making travel safer and tackling natural disasters, and also tackling poverty and things like that. And with Egypt, I would love for them to be, as I mentioned before, I know I'm being a point, but hopefully to remind myself and others that Egypt could be like the place where Africa and Asia like improves relations and trades together. And in terms of disputed territories between, like say China and India, or other countries like that, or even China and Japan, those disputed territories which were used, I think, under colonialism to sort of divide and conquer, could instead be used to bring those nations together. So where the division is in China and India, in the Himalayas or whatever, those sort of areas could be used instead to sort of build a network and build bridges. So I think that would be quite an ironic and positive thing, turning a negative into a positive, where they could use that to trade, where I think it was Britain who used that area to divide China and India. I think that would be great if China and India actually used it to unite. And again, that could happen across Asia and Africa. So I hope to promote Pan-Asianism and Pan-Africanism, and even bring them together to support like in unity between Africa and Asia as much as possible. And I think they could do so great together, working together on the areas like science and tech, engineering, maths, basically STEM, and entrepreneurship, trading together and sharing ideas and solutions together. I think that'd be really cool. And yeah, so number 5, I would love to, maybe in the future as well, maybe sometime in December itself. Obviously, it'd be too short a time to do it now, but maybe finally make like a 5 to 10 year plan, where I look into the vision, into the future, see where I would love to see myself in 5 to 10 years, but also like break it down each year as well. So what I hope to achieve in each year, like how I hope to help Africa to dominate, or not sure if dominate is a bit too ambitious, but how I hope for Africa to lead in the tech space as much as possible, and like encourage things like football clubs and other sports clubs and organizations, NGOs, charities, even governments, and international bodies and music groups and all sorts, to fundraise to support Africa to lead the tech space within the next 5 to 10 years, hopefully, to sort of make up for the fact that they missed out on the first 3 industrial revolutions. Number 6, as ever, I love to work on things like helping Italian football, amongst other things. So hopefully helping. I would love to travel, as I mentioned before in some of my previous videos, to travel to Italy as much as possible, even with fellow Anglo-Indians and dyslexics and others, or people with ADHD and dyslexia and other related conditions, to talk about what we could do to benefit Italian football, and like practicing and helping Italians to practice excuse me, in football, and even like fundraising to give footballs and things like that for young people in Italy as a fan of Italian football, as well as for developing countries as well. Number 7, I would also love to work on supporting Celtic as much as possible, and also look at how Celtic could help those projects I talked about, like helping people across Africa and Asia, and hopefully in return Celtic will benefit mutually as well. Number 8, I hope to promote positivity, positive thinking, peace, love, and joy, and things like that, and make the world a better place. Like make things like come up with ideas to tackle poverty and suffering, and like to make the world a better place instead, and like tackle illnesses and diseases, and like come up with ideas like how Asian and African scientists could work together to benefit their people as much as possible, hopefully, all being well. And also to tackle things like natural disasters. Obviously they can't be prevented, but they can be maybe there could be preparation to help people to stay safe in those circumstances, and that sort of thing. Number 9, I hope to write as much as possible, write my ideas as much as possible on paper, and hopefully enjoy it, hopefully enjoy my writing as much as possible. And even if things go wrong, I keep trying to improve and accept that sometimes things go wrong, and sometimes I make mistakes, and that sort of thing. And number 10, I would love to empower young people, empower the youth around the world, and animals as well, promote animal rights and children's rights and things like that. So as I hope you enjoyed this video, and please leave any comments or and I appreciate your likes and things like that. And I'm out. Peace and love.